get your internal juices going. You hear the volume is increasing with drama and suspense. Things are getting more prepared for the drama. Tension is building. And I believe that's right. It's Greasy Conversation, the talk show. We're here with, we did it another week. It's upon us. We're here with Ang Kerfoot.
Hello.
That's right. It's going on. That's right. She's got the dank news. Much dankness have come upon us. It's here, Kicker Studio. We've got our Kicker headphones, 2 different varieties.
Amen. Prepared
to place upon our heads like gilded crowns of audio excellence in radiovegas.rocks, Kicker Studio. But what we're really here for is
nothing.
The deep dives, the submarine of knowledge. Yeah, submarine of knowledge time. It's nothingness and yet everything, but mostly nothing. Yeah, get ready. It's nothing compared to what...
I'm looking at a picture of us from your screen on my screen.
Excellent. It means it's working. So, no pressure on you if you're posting stuff. Everyone get together. Squeaky wheels in the house. Squeaky wheels get the grease. So share the wheels of your justice.
Sometimes, though, but sometimes I just like the sound.
It's one of those taboo conversation starters, that phrase.
Squeaky wheels getting grease.
Yeah, it depends on how much grease I want to share. I like, I got a nice collection building up. I can't just give it away all willy-nilly.
Can't just let the grease go.
All right, where should we start? How about this? I'm sure you're into this, was the Pablo Escobar folding phone.
Yeah.
I just learned about it from you guys' show notes.
So Pablo Escobar, it's his brother, apparently.
Yeah. Who's starting, it's called the Escobar Fold 1. And it's going to be sold for about $349, they say. But I don't know, because it looks like it's not going to be that cheap. But it looks kind of tiny.
Well, I think it can be that cheap because...
Kind of tiny?
Yeah,
kind of tiny.
Yeah, it's like a little book. It's like a junior
I saw
novel.
It. I just thought that was really tiny, not kind of tiny.
Yeah, it's still kind of chubby, though, when it's folded over.
Yeah.
And you might be wondering how this upstart, like, where they could get the scientists or whatever they need to suddenly make a phone that Samsung had a hard time rolling out.
Yeah.
But it's actually just a rebranded Royal Flex Pi. If you guys remember us reporting on that before, it was apparently the first folding phone.
Oh, okay.
That folded backwards, like only the outside of it was screen, and it was the first one to be released, but didn't get the best reviews. It's kind of like toy quality.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. This article title is great too. It's Escobar 1, but it doesn't make sense. Escobar Fold 1 snort all it's cracked up to be. I don't know what the snort doesn't really fit in that sentence, but I see what they're trying to do.
It should have had I see what they're going for with that. A little bit clumsily.
Yeah.
But yeah, this phone, the price is fair because it definitely was made to be cheap.
Like the one they rebranded, or the original phone, wasn't that.
That one was like $1,000. But
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, these phones, man.
It is sharing with you the wrong page. Get ready. I'm going to show you. I guess this picture might be a little bit underwhelming because let me just show you full on. Boom, bring it. Boom. Okay. But you might remember the Royal Flex Pi. It's exactly the same thing.
I don't actually.
It's pretty cool. It's impressive. It's not bad for like 100 or 300. It's like you might as well get a real phone that's not a gimmicky toy.
Yeah, right.
But who knows how long it'll last? It's really gimmicky.
It has that pager size nostalgia.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the OS is really finicky as far as dealing with these 2 screens in a row kind of situation too. Anyhow, that's the Escobar phone. Tell your friends. Gather your pennies together.
It does come with, or you can get like the deluxe edition that has stash spots built into it.
I think it'd be cooler if it was like a chia pet or something.
The Pablo Escobar?
Not a chia pet, but one of those Tamagotchis, I mean. I said.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Tamagotchi.
foldy pet. Digital folding pets.
I feel like it'd be more useful that way.
Yeah. All right. This apparently there's a trend of sunning your butthole.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of this?
Yeah, it's been a buzz for about like a week and a half now.
Yeah.
I thought I invented it.
Yeah. You've been out here. I just love like the under the headline. It just says this quote: "People out here butt chugging sunlight."
There's many versions of that.
Yeah. Is it just like butthole tanning?
I think it's more about just the freedom of getting sunshine in an area that doesn't normally get sunshine.
Oh, really?
Totally my thought.
Yeah, because I think the back of the thigh is part of the enjoyment, at least for me.
Plus, when you read that and hear that visually, you can imagine it. So.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
If you all want to get up on this news and get more into that.
And it's supposed to be, I think it's, like I said, I think it's supposed to be entertaining and comical. I don't know how real it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure how committed this person is to this, like, practice.
It's like a lifestyle.
Someone's tried it, though, consistently.
I don't know. It seems like a funny thing, but I guess people do all kinds of.
Well, you guys have been camping before.
Yeah, plenty of
Yeah,
times.
you ever go camping by yourself?
Yeah,
And just
I
want to
don't
get the
think-
sunshine on
didn't do that.
everything?
Yeah, but I just don't. It would have never occurred to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I just never. Oh, you know what?
Occurred is exactly the word.
You know what? Area has not gotten near enough sunlight. It's really vitamin D starved right now.
Well, it's not about needing it, is the thing. It's about
wanting it.
yeah, it's about luxury and
It's about
feeling.
deserving it.
Next
Exactly.
topic.
It's about deserving it.
Next topic.
All right, enough of showing you this fella. I don't know why the nipples are like shined out when that's clearly a dude, but thanks. That's gonna keep us on Twitch. So, behold, it's time
Oh, is this a new one?
for another.
Or is this just one that doesn't get? That one doesn't get played very often.
No, I've been sleeping on that one.
All right. A dude who worked at McDonald's in Chicago, Tyshawn Granger, was fired for popping mixtapes into the children's Happy Meals
Okay.
instead of the toy, not like in addition to the toy.
Is he keeping the toys?
I guess so. Yeah, he's got that. He's got that toy market on lock. But yeah, that's the kicker for me. Is like not just sliding it in, but actually just sliding it in instead of the toy. But I think
You
this
could
is
have
like
just like flyered their cars or something while they were there, and maybe that would be a little bit less abrasive.
I
Yeah.
know. It's not like
I'm
it's a
just kidding.
children's mixtape. If it was like
If-
kids songs, I get
Actually,
it.
I'm just thinking of other ways he could have done this, just out of curiosity.
yeah. I mean, if his mixtape wasn't so fire, I mean, I could see flying some
Like maybe a poster too.
behind the drive-through window. So when people pull up, they just see the
Oh,
poster.
there you go. That's a great location for it.
Yeah.
You guys.
Okay,
to
so it's a
three-
plan.
Up to 300 meals, this dude did.
Yeah.
That's such a hack.
The plan
Right.
is, which do you like better?
Too bad. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Good luck getting like a certain market at McDonald's though. It's pretty diverse. Like you're gonna be like, that'd be like giving everybody jazz.
Yeah, the
Right.
chances of you getting the right toddler that's going to be down with your mixtape to tell his dad who's a record producer.
You know, someone. I mean, I just want to know how many people popped it in.
You can't win if you
at
don't
this
play.
point.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't.
Okay, but
It
this
used to be
guy,
more acceptable than that would be now.
or the Nugget, Robin Hood, Nugget Hood,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Robin Hood of chicken nuggets.
The Robin Hood Nuggets. He's definitely the hero of 2019, I think.
What was it, like $40,000 worth of nuggets? that-
Total, yeah, they estimated.
yeah, from giving an extra nugget. That's another one from Ange. She's on that fast food news tip of the Nugget
I've
Robin
eaten more
Hood.
nuggets than I want to admit to.
Haven't we all?
But we were saying that's like cheaper than some advertising campaigns. Just the goodwill of getting extra nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I thought you were talking about the mixtape, and I'm like, yeah, but there's like the opportunity cost of, having a job.
Yeah, and like, who's got a CD player to put that stupid disc in?
I know,
Plus,
right?
like, yeah, I let alone, I don't even want you touching my little sauce that goes with my fries or have them touching because I know it's been like there's enough things that have touched it already.
Yeah, right.
He has
Some
dirty
dude's, like
ass-
grubby mixtape.
His dirty ass CD burner. That grunk was all up in your meal bag.
That he got used. You don't even know where. Oh man. Possibilities are endless.
Whatever's wafting around his home studio is on that gunk's on there.
Oh
You
man.
should have at least done toys with USBs. That would have been way cooler, and like the people wouldn't realize. And they'll be like, "Oh, it's accidentally on there. I didn't mean to." And you could,
Yeah, that's actually such a better idea. I mean,
and you
Yeah.
could use it.
yeah,
Giving away USBs, you guys.
Hope he's listening.
way better.
Yeah, we've got the hot tip for you. He's probably in jail.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I hope not.
No, that's not.
He's
that's
an
not that
entrepreneur,
jaily.
clearly.
Yeah, there's a lot worse things you could put in there than put you in jail. It's just a mixtape. Unless that mixtape was like deadly.
Oh, you get arrested because your
You gotta
mixtape
think
is
it
so
is
hot.
to go that
Yeah.
far.
Oh yeah, like this the hottest shit gonna hit the streets
Yeah,
this decade.
it worked.
Yeah, we're talking about him.
I mean, we're only talking about him because he got fired, not because
Oh, yeah.
like it was a success.
It's okay. You got to
So-
start somewhere.
It's true.
All right, Freshie, let's do another one. Behold. Another one!
Oh wait, I know what we need to dive into. Where is it? That banana
Some
art.
Halloween shit.
Oh, yeah, let's get into the banana town already.
Yeah.
We're sleeping on banana. There's been so much banana news, you guys. It's not only this banana story, but we were talking about the banana car earlier, too. There's a banana car going around town. Around the nation, I mean.
Yeah, so this artist, Maurizio Catalan, this piece is just a banana duct taped to a wall. That's the art. It's titled Comedian, and it's sold for $120,000. And this is a banana that is going to rot very soon.
Do you think they knew each other and like made up this story and that they really did, there was no money exchanged?
I think that's totally possible.
I mean, that could be possible, but he had another piece that was like the same thing that
Okay.
supposedly sold for more, and he's done like other stuff
I
too.
heard this style of duct taping items like this too is trending right now in general. I don't know.
I
if
mean,
it's because
probably,
of this
yeah.
or since this or.
It's the duct tape people.
Anyway,
They're behind
sorry.
it.
So,
No, there's a real thing behind the duct tape market.
So.
Yeah,
Are
E3.
you serious? I'm like, what?
Yeah,
The duct tape cartel.
There's like
Is
a
there
duct
okay.
tape mafia.
Oh, all right.
They're trying to influence
I
people
see.
virally with the duct tape agenda.
I see.
Yeah, they're like, these duct tape numbers
Yeah.
is unacceptable.
It's mind control.
It's like back in my day, people used to clamoring for duct tape. You couldn't get enough of it. You'd use it for anything.
Well,
Now people
people-
don't even know that you can build a boat out of duct tape.
People didn't eat bacon with breakfast until all the ham people got together and
And
made
now
a-
they eat duct tape.
Right.
It's delicious.
They made a advertising campaign that got Americans thinking that's how we eat breakfast, and it's the same thing with duct tape now.
Right? Dude, it is such a trip when you research into that and see like how many
It's a real thing.
how many things we do that are like traditions now, but weren't like in the last 100 years. They're like
Yeah.
long-standing. They're invented traditions by advertising campaigns. It's insane, and it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff with breakfast too.
Yeah,
That's
they just
only the
wanted to
beginning of
hijack breakfast.
breakfast.
They're like, no, these motherfuckers need to eat bacon.
So
Yeah.
this banana thing too. There was this the same dude that also had his golden toilet stolen?
Yeah, it's the same guy. So
Because we reported on this stolen golden toilet a minute ago and didn't realize this was like a common thread of
yeah, it's the same guy. He's had that golden toilet, which I always honestly like. I just assumed that was like in a Trump building. Like seriously, not like sarcastically. I really did. I thought Trump had a legit gold toilet like that.
shout out to Carrie who asked, was it organic?
The banana.
Yeah, or the toilet.
Yeah.
Or
Organic
what
toilets.
happens in the toilet from the banana. My buddy Justin Morris, Halloween, high school homie, good to see you.
So, anyways, this guy takes over, right? And this guy does a performance art of it. Did you already get into that?
Yeah, so there's a
No, I
third
haven't.
thing with
I couldn't
this.
find like an article about that, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's-
So a performance artist. You'd have to pull it up. I don't know his name.
Okay, so
we'll
what?
come back to it.
What is it? What the performance artist does with the banana? And
He
it's the
just-
same
he eats
banana.
it and he have someone film him eating it, and he like apologizes to the artist. That's why I think it's a joke.
Yeah, so the banana didn't go to rot. It became part of another way of monetizing this as a performance art
But is
piece.
it art?
Yeah. It's like, how
There
many
it is.
times can we cash in on this banana? Did you find it, Greg?
Yeah, David Datuna, Georgian-born American artist David Datuna has eaten a banana used in this guy's artwork that sold for $120,000. But
Yeah.
it's the banana was swiftly
It's a good hack.
replaced, and no further action will be taken against the tuna, who said eating the banana was his art performance.
So he just the camera was on, he just did it. He looks like he went for it really confidently. He's not rushing.
Yeah, he's just doing it. He's like, I'm doing this thing.
So I agree with you guys upon seeing this, that my opinion is that the artist was in on this guy eating his banana.
Or he didn't care because he's like, I can't believe someone bought a banana duct taped to a wall for $120,000. And he already got paid for it. And like,
So
they just replaced it with a different banana. Like, what the fuck?
So wait, this guy ate it after
I feel like
someone
it
else
died
bought
there
it?
for me.
Well, did this guy pay for it to then eat it, or is it a different person than the buyer?
See,
And then the buyer doesn't care that it was just another banana replacing. Yeah, it can't,
Doesn't
this
mention
is so weird.
It's
like
very
how
weird.
I feel like
exotically.
we're missing some information here.
Oh, I'm sure we are, yeah.
Well, there's people
Lots
out
of it.
there that buy things just to be able to brag that they spent the money on that, and this buyer is likely one of those people.
Yeah, because like, what do you...
They can claim and have paperwork that they were the banana buyer.
Yeah, because it's not like it's duct taped to something portable, right? It's just duct taped to a wall in an art gallery, right? But
So it's like, what are you really
Canvas.
buying besides the cloud of being an art supporter?
yeah, or you buy it and then you're allowed to duct tape a banana to your wall in your house.
Otherwise,
it.
this is a copyright
Yeah,
infringement.
yeah, totally. Just everyone will know you're a fucking biter and you just steal other people's art. I don't know. Seems that's
Well, that chew on the banana guy, but his Instagram's blowing
It's
up
a
now.
very good choice of specimen for what he used there. At least it doesn't, it lasts a few days up there at least.
Of all fruits, he chose a good one.
well, it's
Yeah.
like
I think it's art, you guys.
is part of the piece that the banana rots and it just stays up there forever until it's just like rotted and shriveled,
I thought that would have been cool to see.
or do they like change the banana out every couple days?
Yeah, I wondered that too.
This
So-
could have been a live stream. They're sleeping on another monetization.
And just like always
could,
the banana.
Run
And
ads.
try to catch them replacing the banana.
We
but,
could like inject the banana with things.
You guys,
with steroids.
I met my first wife in the chat room of the comment section for the live stream of this banana rotting. That's where we fell in love.
Dude, man, so much goodness.
Cool. We'll have
It's
to make
just-
our own, several of them, and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we gonna start duct taping?
You can
to
hella
art
copy him
galleries?
easily.
I want a live stream farm that's just a small warehouse space with cameras and streaming computers fixed on different, like a plant growing, a vegetable
Just
decomposing.
weird shit.
Yeah, just a place for people to gather and hang out and watch things stream that move very slowly.
Yeah, just it's like time lapse, but in real time.
Yeah, like sap dripping down the side of something.
Yeah, that would be interesting, I guess.
What would make it
Some
really
stuff.
cool is like stuff in an oven, like a wristwatch in an oven. And someone keeps swapping out the wristwatch.
So it's just always like perpetually melting.
Yeah,
I like that.
stuff in an oven is great. It's not as quick as a microwave, but it's cool to watch.
I mean, what's the peak of this like art though? What's if you just take
Yeah,
it
where
to
does
its
this
most
end?
absurd point, like where like I'm imagining just like duct taping like nothing to just like a piece of duct tape with a little bump in it, so it looks like it's holding something, but it's not.
Oh, so you wonder, is there something in the bump or
it's
not, but you
invisible,
can't
yeah.
touch it?
Or maybe there's something like on the underside, like a flea duct taped to the wall of an art gallery.
I think
There you go.
deepness-wise, that beats my idea, which was just switching to Scotch tape, and
That's
it's
better.
one eyelash, and it's a business card, so you can sell tons of these business cards, each with an individual eyelash on them.
Are they like real eyelashes?
Yeah, they're yours. You make them. You're an artist.
It's like, how many can you make before
You
you're
don't.
out eyelashes?
Yeah, you
can't be
make
good.
more. Well, they start out as yours. It's a limited edition run. After
Okay.
that, you start outsourcing them.
Yeah.
You know, there's villages and stuff where people don't
Do you
need
like-
so many eyelashes.
Do you like start? Does it become such you start kidnapping people and then like holding them hostage and plucking their eyelashes?
No, we'll give them $1 each. They'll
What?
hand them over.
No, that. But I mean, that makes like such a. I mean, that makes it more art. You know what I mean? If you're like kidnap people,
If there's kidnapping involved.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
lengths-
their eyelashes, not them.
Yeah, you let them go. Oh yeah, you let them go and you apologize profusely, and you know, like wait till you see.
But
What
you
I'm
still
gonna,
got the lashes.
wait till you see what I'm gonna do with these lashes. Okay, it's gonna blow you the fuck away. All right.
They have to be taken in a moment of fear.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the eyelashes of fear.
I mean, it
Only.
wouldn't be art if it wasn't. You know, that's like part of the definition of art, I think.
So we think it's art then.
Yeah.
I'm declaring art. Officially.
Yeah, which always is just always strange. You know, like just the concept of art in general, but like there's those few stories where like people just put something they have like in an art gallery somewhere and people just start gravitating toward it like it was meant
Found
to be
art.
there. Yeah, like there was one where a person just like
Nice.
set their glasses down
Yeah.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
corner of an art gallery, you know, and people started photographing it and
I love art galleries for this reason.
yeah, like it's just so straight. Like I don't know, is art
It's
what
interactive.
is art what like people tell other people it is, or is there some like
You just have to feel it. If you're like,
Yeah.
oh man, I feel these glasses and they're lonely. I feel them.
is like the community agreement like part of it?
Accidental
I mean?
art,
Yeah,
like when you find a happy face on the sidewalk cracks, it's like totally accidental art.
yeah. Or if someone just decides like they just start referring to like a random light pole as like art.
Yeah,
You know, then
sometimes
like how long does it take, or how many people have to say that before it actually becomes art? You know what I
it
mean?
just takes one person to notice how lonely that light pole is.
yeah. So this is in fact just put like the rope around it.
Yeah.
You know, like
If you get other people to feel what you're projecting on objects, then art happened.
damn,
Ta-da!
it's heavy.
I declare.
Everything's art now. This whole show's art.
I've been wanting to go back and see the James, the guy that makes the light submersion project here. That's in the Louis Vuitton store.
Yeah,
James Terrell is his name.
this thing is sick. You stand at like this cliff thing, and there's a laser beam that beeps to tell you if you're like close to it, so you don't walk off of it. And all you see is one color that slowly fades.
Feels like you're in like colored clouds, basically.
And the guy was a pilot that like would stare at the.
Like you merge with the ceiling at, what's that casino chain that has cloud ceilings?
Oh, I can't
Station.
remember. Yeah, is it?
There's
okay.
a couple. I think
It's like you
Venetian
become
does
one
too.
with that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
does
get
it
up
give you
in
that
the
weird
sky.
sense? Do they like do a total whiteout to where you can't see like any?
Yes.
Where it's all like disorienting?
It feels like you're there's a cliff, like a large cliff, like at your feet when it's only like 2 feet, 3 feet.
Oh, really?
You're not supposed to
Wow.
go towards the edge, but it definitely gives you that feeling.
Yeah, you're just in floaty town.
Yeah,
The way it affects your senses too, it definitely feels like you're in a dream.
yeah.
Especially
They,
after you've been in there for a little bit,
they do all different colors.
and it definitely affects your
It's
wellness. the
it's a
feeling of it.
fade of like one color, all super consistent one color, but that color fades like sunset style.
Oh,
It like
okay.
cycles through, but it's only one color at a time.
Got you. Okay.
It's free. You have to call the Louis Vuitton store and ask to book, but sometimes during this time of year, they told me over the phone that it's better to just call day of since people cancel a lot, but they're booked out.
Oh, gotcha.
through
Gotcha.
end of- yeah. It's
Dope.
awesome.
How
though.
long
I
is it?
definitely want to see it again.
How long do you have to chill in there?
Well, you have a guide and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you get to chill. I want to say it was like a good 10 minutes or something.
Okay.
Right?
At least.
That seems about right for something like that.
This
Yeah.
is fair.
That's
Yeah.
actually kind of long for.
It's half an hour experience, I think. They escort you, and there's some other exhibits you get to see, and they like walk you through it. You have to take your shoes off and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Some people would stare at a side wall because the ground walls and ceiling were all changing colors along with it too. So you could just stare into a side wall and similarly
Wow.
get it to
It
fill
was
your
a lot
vision.
cooler than I thought it would be. Like I said, I've been there twice. I like it a lot. So.
Yeah. Dope.
It was great being able to stare off at the far wall doing it though, because you just could not tell how far away it was or not. So you just fell into the space.
I've always been interested. I've seen like a few movies, like sci-fi flicks, where those people end up in like a completely white room, where it has that effect, you know, to where you can't see any like corners or angles or anything. It's just complete whiteness. Of like how
Yeah.
disorienting that effect would be. I've always
Yeah.
been curious.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ron And shout out to Kellevo Bella hanging out in the chat.
What up, y'all?
Get
Thanks
up
for tuning in.
onto YouTube, Greasy Conversation. Please help us, bump us a subscribe, ring our bell, help us out with that action, and tell a friend, because we can't do it without you. Get your wheels squeaking. Everyone squeak their wheels. We're going to gather the droplets. There's going to be mass condensation of the grease. But right now, we've got some Bob Thorntons to toss out there, right? Bob Thornton time.
Gotta pay him.
That's the sound most people make when they leave Pinches Tacos. Why is that? Because Pinches Tacos prides themselves in making every location unique, but give every location the same feel. I'm not talking cookie cutters like those big chain restaurants. They blend into your neighborhood and create a place you want to call your second home. Their doors are always open. Well, at least until 11 o'clock. Their mission is simple. They provide you the best taco experience by using high-quality meats and seafood, fresh garden vegetables, handmade tortillas, and high-quality artisan breads. They could have made it complicated, but they chose not to. Why? Because they found through experience that keeping things simple is a good recipe for success and happiness. It's also a good recipe for a pretty tasty Pinches taco.
According to Spanish language Stack Exchange, we always use it as an insult enhancer and can turn almost any curse word into a really rude one. Pinche pendejo, pendeja equals asshole.
Now they have 6 locations, 2 right here in Las Vegas. Come in, find out why we love them so much. Check them out on Facebook or visit the website, pinchestacos.com, for a location nearest you. Hey everybody, it's Crazy Jay, and I want to tell you about ZipFizz. I know what you're thinking. Jay, you've been telling us about ZipFizz. Well, I have the brand new flavor right next to me, and I haven't tried it yet, so let's open it and give this a try. Get my bottle of water, shake that up. Now this is a brand new flavor, Mango Peach. I have not tried it. I'm looking forward to it. They have a wide variety of flavors. If you didn't know, they've got grape, fruit punch, orange cream, orange soda, iced tea, all fantastic. But let's give Mango Peach a try. Oh man, that is absolutely amazing. I'm a fan of all their flavors, but nothing like this. Oh man, that is absolutely delicious. Mango Peach, ZipFizz, get it today. Visit zipfizz.com, tell them Radio Vegas, tell them Crazy Jay sent you, and get your Mango Peach today.
ZipFizz energy, no sudden crash, 10 calorie, low carb, vitamin B, the healthy energy mix. ZipFizz.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. That's 800-709-4389.
Kicker Audio.
So check it out, Mario. They hit me up, the guys from Kicker. They said, Jay, you have done a fantastic job promoting these headphones. And
they're awesome.
They're all over Facebook. You have tweeted them. We know that you love the headphones. But how come you haven't talked about this wireless Bluetooth bullfrog we have? And I said, well, to be honest with you, you never sent me one.
We haven't tested it.
Within 24 hours, there was one delivered to my house. So now, this is going to blow your mind, Mario. This is... You're impressed. No dead space, speakers on both sides, Isn't that awesome?
Very impressive.
It's Kicker Audio, everybody. You got to go there. Check them out online.
Kicker Audio. Living loud.
And we're back. Get ready. It's Greasy Conversation on radiovegas.rocks. We're looking at the banana car. It's banana season. Shout out to Two Clueless Dudes on Fridays and twocluelessdudes.com. It's another sick podcast that I produce. So if you like hanging out with me, you can hang out with me with those guys too. And bananas come up in every episode. So if you're a banana enthusiast, I can't avoid recommending them as well.
A banana enthusiast.
It's true. There's a thing that
concept cracks me up.
some people who love bananas like no other.
Apparently.
But
don't
we've
know
got depressing news. Get ready.
It's not really depressing.
It's more
news.
sad but sweet too.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a good idea and like
it's feel goodsy.
yeah. So this guy in Japan lost his cousin in 2010. His name is Ataru Sasaki, and he decided to build this little glass paneled phone booth on top of this hill, and he put a disconnected rotary phone inside. There's a little notebook and stuff.
I
And
love this photo.
Yeah, and the idea is that you just, it's a one-way call. Obviously, it's not going to call anyone. It's kind of like a spiritual thing, I guess, or you can just like talk to people you miss and want to talk to and get that experience of like.
It's I would just love to have that and just to access here too, something like that. I think someone should do it. I've thought about doing installations sort of like that before, where you would just get advice, but the person that picks up the other line is just, not someone so it's just random advice from people. I thought that would be
that
fun.
would be cool. That would be interesting.
I smell a marketing opportunity here as an artist.
Yeah.
Because you could take an ordinary piece of art that you would just install somewhere and then claim that it helps you interact with dead loved ones, even if you're adamant that, like, no, this is just a spiritual thing to do. Representationally, I'm making no claims that it actually has any real paranormal powers. Even with all those disclaimers, people would flock to that, just to have a spot where they can feel like it's a safe place to talk to the dead.
Yeah, and then it should be like secretly connected, so every once in a while, like someone talks to someone else actually. And just make it like really fuzzy on the other side, and it's like
It's so messed up.
Creepy.
Just hide some chunks of words in the static.
yeah, so terrible.
Or even just have static and people will hear stuff in it.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
random
it.
data.
Even if you're a skeptic, it'd creep you out is the point.
Yeah, totally.
Oh man, the static on the line really adds to this, but kind of messed uply.
Yeah, so he rebuilt this phone booth after a few of those like disasters in Japan. There was the earthquake and the tsunami and all that.
And us, wasn't we a disaster over there?
Oh yeah, we're always just walking disaster, man. But yeah, and I don't know, it's kind of like there's something therapeutic about that, I guess too. Same with like writing a letter to someone. You don't want them to read it, you just write it for yourself and then you just burn it or whatever. I guess that same type of idea.
Oh, another fun way to interact with this as a radio listener, if you go to greasyconversation.com, you can actually see all these news articles that we're pulling up. We're sharing with you like our actual news doc. You get the insider notes, all our little nuggets, stuff that we missed out from the show. So there's bonus grease over there. Just find this episode page. We've got a Zip Fizz moment going on here in the studio. Do you want me to help do the pouring? I'm going to...
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, you're just having me demonstrate like.
Yeah, I wanted to put it out there. This is a rare fruit punch.
Yeah,
These
fruit
are hard to come
punches
by.
get gobbled up. I'll put that.
It's like a fruit punch. It's like a strawberry pineapple flavor. It's hard. It's the one I like the most.
Yeah.
I prefer
Here you
it.
go. You don't need my help pouring it into the bottle.
Thanks,
Let me
though.
take this from you and do that. You're not a good
I might someday though.
Yeah. You're not a good fizz pourer.
Who taught you how to pour Zip Fizz? Give me that thing.
It's the one thing we fight about.
No, we just fight about there not being enough of the fruit punch ones on hand. Like, where are they? Get me one this week. He's like, I will. He's like, there weren't any. Every week, it's like false hope.
It's like, why are those couple always arguing about him punching
This
her?
flavor's incredible, though. Greg, you have to try it.
I will.
It's fruit punch. It's the safe way to punch your wife.
What? Anyways, what's the next topic?
All right, this one, I'm sure we've all seen tons and tons of articles in like the past 10 years or so, saying that sitting is killing you. A
Oh, yeah.
sedentary lifestyle will cause you to die earlier than you normally would.
I was happy about this article.
Yeah, so
Relieved.
this one is saying that actually no, it probably isn't killing you. So, rest it. If you're worried about you're chilling too much, there's no such thing as too much chilling.
Because I don't think we're being dramatic enough about this. This is big news. We were told we have to be standing up at work.
I know.
What peasants stand up at work? And we were feeling like guilty.
I
that we
love
weren't
standing up at work.
I like a touch of it. I like a dash of it. But this idea that you're going to put some squishy mat on the ground and have me stand at work like some kind of serf. And no, and it's supposed to be good for me that you can't buy nice chairs at your office.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah.
supposed to stand around. But the thing to take away, though, is that moving around at work is still important. That was the thing. Just you should be switching it up and jiggling your body as often as you can.
Yeah.
Every 15 minutes, you should get your blood all juiced around. Shake it up. Shake the snow globe a little
I don't.
bit.
I just work out for like half an hour to an hour every morning, and then almost every morning, and then I just sit the rest of the day.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bank it. You bank the wiggles.
No, it's the only way I have to do it unless I want to do it at the end of my work shift, and it's just like at night
Who wants to
after
do
work. I
that?
just want to chill out. Yeah,
Yeah.
people
I feel
do,
you.
but I'm just not one of them.
Yeah, for sure. But I think as long as you're just trying to be active a bit here and there, you'll be fine.
I feel
trying
like
to
if I
be
do it early in the
conscious
morning-
about it.
It's got to be better than nothing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Slosh your blood around is the thing.
Yeah.
There've been a lot more recent articles on. This is pretty obvious. The lifting weights improves depression greatly. Like I know it's a thing already for different reasons.
Yeah, it helps
Been
work
seeing
out
that-
all those
That thought makes headlines a lot
those
lately.
stress hormones. What are those called? It doesn't matter.
Cortisol.
Cortisol or cortisone. Cortisone's the cream, huh?
Yeah, cortisol's the stress hormone.
Yeah.
There's
But, you know.
there's crazy pictures in this article too. Like this person has like some kind of respiration mask. There's squiggly lines. Just what you have to look at with this article about standing at work.
They're like, if you work at a place you have to sit down, you'll be on a respirator in no time. You'll have all kinds of problems with your internal organs. So you can't ever sit. And then they tried to market us selling desks. I wonder if that whole like sitting is killing you was just a ploy by the standing desk cartel
It's a good question. The
know?
the standing desk cartel, definitely.
right. They're like
They're no one to mess with.
I'm just eternally suspicious of like any advertising or like even like medical articles or scientific articles like that, or like pop science articles and stuff like that. It could always just be like a paid research by some company to like give them a certain result,
I think this article that we're reading about how sitting at work doesn't kill you, I think this is a chair company. I think this is a chair company.
Oh, is it about a chair company?
Yeah.
Womp womp. That's the slicing, searing news dankness approaching you. So,
All right, oh, do you have one, Was?
No. Buster
So,
in.
This story is like majorly fucked up about this. These students were getting deported. They enrolled in this university in Detroit that turned out to be a fake university that was created by the Department of Homeland Security. So basically this it markets itself as like a science and engineering university. And then
Just to trap and deport people.
yeah, so like a lot of guys from like India will come over because they want, if they want to work as an engineer and they think
So
they can get
messed
into a school, and then they end up getting deported, man. They've deported
Yeah.
like 250 people.
These are people that could have put money into our economy. They can afford to go to a university and give this university a bunch of money.
Yeah,
And we're just tossing them out.
dude, and not
Trapping
only
them even.
like,
True crime.
yeah, not only tossing them out, but actually like constructing an entire fabrication to. Man, just fucking boggles my mind that like people come up with this and they're like, yeah, this is totally okay and
They think they're
ethical.
like heroes and shit.
yeah.
It's just an insane waste of government money
Oh my god.
when you look at any kind of research by people that actually went to universities to
Yeah.
learn about what immigration has done for countries throughout civilization. Like since the Romans, the countries that nourished immigration grew the most and had the most like efficient labor. The immigrant communities have the least crime. It's just crazy the benefits that you get from encouraging like a free flow of people, even from a economically destitute country. It balances things out.
Yeah, it's interesting, like
both benefit
the propaganda around it, that, like, you know.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this isn't an opinion from me. This is like what the research says.
Data, yeah.
So it's one of those things where all these people argue about all these opinions without looking at what actual research has been done about this. It's like anything that you think you have this crazy opinion about that's not like ethereal and religious or something, there's actual data we can look at. Like someone's done this before. People have had countries before, and people have had immigrants to countries before.
Yeah.
Like all this has all happened already. It was us.
Tons of times. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was us.
As long as we don't like murder the indigenous people, and like the murdering immigrants are coming in through cartels and stuff anyway. They've got their own ways. Drones can carry people too. Anyway, I could go on.
I wonder who leased the building and all that.
Yeah, sneaky.
Yeah, even if there was one, like, I mean, it could have been just that they created all the information online and then had people enroll, and then once they enroll and like, if they like come to the United States or if they're already here, they like tell them to go to a building, and then they're like, guess what?
Yeah.
But it says here that they offered a majority of them, like 80%, to be voluntary departure, so where they don't get like, I mean,
at least it's not like a criminal thing with it.
Yeah, which it's not. Immigration isn't
So
criminal
lame.
anyway. It never is criminal.
Well, it's just the pathway to immigrate regularly is so convoluted. Like there's not like a clear pathway. There's not even clear ports of entry that stay open. You can plan your life to escape exile in South America and escape, what's the thing where the government kills you and there's this government killing people? It's like mafia government over there, Venezuela.
Oh yeah, I don't know
and
what you
so
call it, but
you can go seek asylum and go to a proper port. And by the time you've made your way there, that port's randomly closed.
yeah,
You have to
that
go to one
happens a
across
lot.
the country. So you can like budget and plan to do it completely the legal way, exactly how you're supposed to, and it's still getting messed up for people.
Yeah,
So it seems like among the public, the people that are the most anti-immigration that I've met that are regular people still say that like they don't entirely want no immigration. They just want everybody to do it the right way.
yeah,
And there just isn't a right way. So
yeah.
that's
The
what's
system
disgusting.
is like, yeah, screwed up, but you know, complicated problems, and no one wants to iron them out.
But I've got a game. I don't want to make an outrage show. There's plenty of those. The game is, as you're picking the next news thing, we try to search the news using the find Control F. If you guys don't know Control F, welcome to that. There's your takeaway. Control F, I'm going to try to type in words that you're saying and find the next article. You can play this game at home too. Check it out.
All right, Budweiser wants to brew beer in space.
Yes, this is the perfect sound for that. Budweiser brewed in space flavored.
Yeah, so they want to be like the first brewery served, or the first beer served on Mars. So they're planning now, and they're already researching how to brew in zero gravity.
So awesome. I'm hoping it has a zero gravity flavor so that, oh, look at the little barley in the thing.
Yeah, it looks cool, man.
Can this machine really do this? Because this machine's adorable. There's like wheat in part of it. Unless that's like gold flake or something.
No, it looks like little wheat. Yeah.
This machine is so comical. It looks like a Budweiser can, but like that would go in a car. Like a car oil filter.
Yeah.
Or like a thermos. And then coming out of it, because it's being pulled apart, is a lid like you'd see on a chunk of NASA stuff with like pipes and hoses coming out the top of it and some wires. And in between what's going into the canister is these plastic sleeves with like barley in them. It's so crazy. It's like dried wheat looking
What's
action.
it for? Sorry, I was texting.
It's
Brewing.
I
gonna
don't know what's going on.
Brewing beer.
in
Okay,
space.
that's what I
space.
figured. Okay, gotcha. In space, I'm like, why would you do it this size? How much does it make? Sorry.
I don't know. It doesn't. It's still like,
Experimental.
yeah, they're still researching how to even brew beer in zero gravity.
Okay.
How to malt barley in zero gravity. So
Yeah, because we aren't going anywhere until that happens, of course. So
Yeah,
we'll
totally,
focus
yeah.
No
on
one's
that.
gonna colonize Mars without Budweiser.
yeah, what you starting to get like done with a hard day's work of colonizing and not have a Budweiser?
Why does it have to be Budweiser? Are they sponsoring it? Sorry if I missed that.
They're
just-
they're just the ones that decided to.
There's so many other
They're
beers.
determined.
Yeah, but they
Okay.
want to.
But only one Bud.
As a company, they want to be the first beer on Mars.
Okay.
So that's the long-term goal of it. Who knows if we'll ever colonize Mars?
Well,
but yeah,
not with that attitude.
calls them like I sees them, man.
Someone's got to. We need a backup for humanity.
Yeah,
Even
we need
if we
like
do
5.
everything right, a rock could still hit this planet, and we need to spare people.
We need 5, dude. Have you seen humans?
Yeah, for sure. And we should be trying to colonize Venus too. We're sleeping on Venus. It's closer than Mars. It's just that we can't do anything on the surface. We'd have to float in its atmosphere, which is as thick as an ocean. So it'd be like an ocean world if we colonized Venus. In that thick atmosphere, we can pull oxygen out of it. We can pull rocket fuel out of it. It's just that everyone's surfacist. They want to be on some kind of surface.
I think we should just stay here and get a couple extra moons.
I'm staying here. I'm
Oh, man.
hanging out for extra moons here.
That would be cool. Like, you know.
Yeah,
that's,
we could use a few more moons.
Why don't we just work with what we have?
That's a legit good idea, though. And the moon is an important stepping
We can
stone.
go out and pick one out.
And being a sixth the size of the Earth, when most of the Earth isn't even land, the moon's got a ton of land we can use before we even need to add a second or third, which we should. And they're
Yeah.
closer. Moon's way closer.
Yeah, let's get a closer one for sure.
Yeah, let's get another moon that's closer. I love this. We're brainstorming the future of society right now.
Yeah.
There's
So, like,
asteroids out
Is there
there we're
like a
not
moon
using.
store where you can go down to and like pick out the right moon?
All the moons of the asteroid belt are free.
Oh man.
There's no laws against snagging one right now.
Dude, you just have to like transport it back. Yeah.
That's the trick. Is pushing her over here.
You can probably do it really slowly with like. I mean, they've talked about moving asteroids just with little craft using like gravity nudges and stuff.
Yeah,
Just do that. Just
kind of
gravity nudge it.
slingshot it,
yeah.
roll around the thing, and gravity nudge. It's just that's a fun thing to say anyway. Gravity nudge it.
Do you think that stuff created or grown or made in space will taste different, like foodstuffs?
I'm hella curious about that. That's the first thing I thought of with this beer story is they could send it back down here. They could make it on the moon. We could get that cislunar economy that I'm dreaming about.
Yeah.
For what reasons would it taste different? Do you
I don't
think?
know.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know either.
wondering.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking you.
Those space bubbles, though.
Yeah.
Bubbles in space have their shape different. I don't know. I'm making
Maybe
that
it
up.
affects. I mean, some chemical reactions. I don't know.
Right.
The
based on
barley's all
what's-
freaked out. The barley has less muscle mass.
Would,
I
it,
don't
Yeah.
know.
would things spoil
like I'm
quickly,
trying to
more
get
quickly?
swole.
Or?
Trying to get that swole barley.
Some thick barley with 2 C's.
They should make one for Pacifico.
Well, there's
Yeah,
the
or
parent
Modelo.
companies. One of those, I forget who owns who, but one of those two you named is owned by Budweiser. I'm pretty sure like Modelo or something.
Yeah, probably. I can't remember. either.
Modelo is owned by
Then
one
they
of the
should
two
have
big
a Modelo
ones.
option.
Yeah. In due time, it's all going to be enjoyed by other people because I'm not going into space anyway. I just want the space stuff brought home to me.
I mean, it is Budweiser, but at least the first space beer isn't a goddamn IPA.
Yeah, I know. I'm so over IPAs.
You know.
Let's say you're it's like the blowout tap at Rebar.
Yeah,
And
so
that's
they
okay
usually have
then.
an IPA on the blowout tap, but I mean, for, you know, it just got oversaturated. There's still decent beers, but
I just like drinks that don't taste dry.
yeah,
Drinks
yeah.
that don't make me feel thirstier.
Gotta have a wet mouth feel.
Yeah, I gotta have a wet mouth feel. That's right. That's gonna be on my tombstone.
Yeah.
He appreciated a wet mouth feel. All right.
That's how you
Beers.
talk about wines, man.
So, do we have one more quick one before Bob Thornton too?
Sure. We can talk about that Boeing is planning on building a taxi to the International Space Station.
I am over Boeing right now, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, it's just this one. How they dealt with that one jet is gnarly, but now they've got new controversy over this test where they broke a plane, but on purpose to see where it would break, and people were like, "Oh, it failed the test," but actually it broke just past or about where they expected it to break. So
Okay.
they're just more on top of it. Where previous tests, though, it either didn't break or broke past what they expected. So now they're just more accurate in what they expect as far as a breaking point. But a lot of the public is not looking good at this test because of seeing it not break as late as the other ones did. But it's like this company has a great reputation except for those 2 planes that went down because of that botchy way they did this MCAS thing. If you want to look more about that, it's MCAS is the system that Boeing's been goofing on. And because it was 2 planes that weren't in America, it hasn't been that major of news. But passenger jets don't go down often, let alone for like a failure in design of a new jet.
That's really rare.
So those planes are still grounded. They couldn't do the software update that they said they could probably do to get them airborne. And it's not super clear why these planes aren't airborne again. But I'm glad that they're focusing on space now. So getting that plane airborne, they're like, where's the money for the space time when you're already like blew a hole?
Until
one thing that you make.
Until imagine like now we have to read like once in a while like plane crashes and stuff, right? Imagine in the future, like if we ever got to like deep space travel, stuff like sci-fi horror movies and novels are written about, but like getting stranded in space, you know, like oh, this mission just got sent off course and now they're out of fuel and they're just stranded out in space and they'll float out there until they die.
Like ghost planes. Have you heard about sometimes a cabin will depressurize and everyone on the plane will suffocate and the plane will just keep flying on autopilot? Yeah. And they have a whole deal with trying to get it down in a safe place. Damn. One time there was one person that was awake that grabbed like an air canister in time and it was a stewardess. And they couldn't figure out what to do. It was a steward. It was a dude stewardess. And he couldn't get the plane down and just like had to deal with that. Also, one of those little jets did this once. I think this was in the last year or 2.
Yeah.
And everyone was just asleep in the jet. They had all gotten carbon dioxide poisoning. So the plane was just ghost flying on autopilot.
Damn, that's gnarly, man.
Yeah.
That just is so trippy.
You don't know what it's going to hit or whatever either. It could land in a city.
Man, I imagine being that dude, like you're the only one.
That in space would suck, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Because that happens on the ocean, and we have a hard time finding someone on the ocean.
Yeah, you'd never get. I always like it. Always trips me out about shows like Star Trek and stuff, or like any sci-fi in general, where you're like, it's so interesting and it's like there's so many adventures, and I'm like, why would people sign up for Star Trek? Like, why would they sign up to be in, like, space is dangerous as fuck? Like,
yeah, but remember being young, though?
I guess so,
that danger young?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, I wanted to go to space so bad for a little while.
Yeah.
Now,
or at least get out of
scared
town.
just thinking about it.
For sure.
I still do.
If I had the opportunity, I don't have the balls to go. No, there's no way.
Yeah, me neither.
I hella would.
When I'm on a plane, all I can think about is that I'm in how high I am in the air, and like I imagine nothing else around me, and it terrifies me just to be that high in a plane.
What would it take to get you in space, Greg? You're one of the few people I talk to.
A free ticket? Shit.
As long as you don't have to pay for it, you'd go to space.
Yeah, no
you'd
doubt.
Check out.
Right
you could handle going that far away as long as you. I mean, assuming you'd come back.
Yeah.
I'd go to low Earth orbit, and be weightless or experience microgravity, so to speak. I'd do that eventually.
Yeah.
After it was already
That's a whole different situation.
It'd have to be safe 10 years. The first 10 years, I'm not messing with it. That's when I'll get the
just
bugs
the
out.
idea. You don't think you'd freak out like being that far away from Earth? Like I seriously would lose it.
I don't think so.
You'd go all the way to Mars if you could come back?
Yeah, I think so.
Would you go? Let's see how far you'd go. Would you go to Saturn? We're just like.
I mean, I'd go on a tour. I think it would be interesting. It would be challenging. I always think about like challenging myself and like things that are isolating, I guess, because I think I'd be fine doing that.
Kella Bobella from Dead Money. Check out Dead Money. Holla, sick
Kella.
band. Some of the gorgeousest singing that they're done be in town.
I saw her Friday. She was great.
Yeah, she was killing it last night. Also cameoing with DJ Dad Shirt randomly.
I meant to come by. I told her I would, but I fell asleep.
So what
I was
is
up
it?
late Friday.
It's been 18 Bin. 18 Bin is a new bar.
It's like a spin-off of 702 Bin or whatever that has that lobster roll in Container Park. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm asking.
I don't know, but
okay.
Good shout outs here. Solid shout outs. It's in Arts Factory. If you guys remember the proud history of Arts Factory, we've jammed in that place under a few ownerships. And so
I'm glad it's still going.
Saturday night at 10, DJ Dad's Shirts doing that with various cameos.
Oh, legit.
I wish more people would support it because, like throughout, like on regular nights too, because it's not going to be there forever, and it's like keeping it alive. Part of keeping it alive is stopping through. Same with stopping through Artifice and Art Square and Cockroach Theater, which is going to a different thing, but Majestic Theater, like supporting all this stuff that's in the Arts District.
Such a cool block there. It's just, you can't go wrong. There's cool stuff going on there all the time. Often we're hollering about it, so peep our feeds for some hot tips on that. But for now, I'm afraid it's S. Preston Esquire payment hour.
Hey guys, it's Crazy Jay from the Rockin' Comedy Show, and I wanted to talk to you about the Ballsy Company. They have a fantastic product that I am absolutely in love with. In fact, here's a clip of the Rockin' Comedy Show as we talk about it.
That's ballsy.
Ballsy.
Oh, ballsy.
That's ball wash.
That
Yeah,
stuff
ball
smells
wash.
really
The funk
good.
off your junk. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's for guys on the go.
For guys on the go.
You know.
You got your nut rub, your stack spray, and for everything else, nuts, butts, and your body.
The funk off your junk. That's kind of hilarious. How do I get one of those? That's like
Smell
a fun
how
gift.
good it smells.
Hashtag live balls out.
Live balls out.
Right.
That's right.
Guys, if you go to ballsy.com or ballwash.com, both of those companies work. If you use coupon code Radio Vegas, you'll get 15% off your first order.
I'm gonna smell the Sax spray right now. It's
I want
smelly.
the ladies here at Radio Vegas to know what it smells like, so that when we walk by them, they're like, oh.
Someone's freshened up.
Guys, seriously, you gotta check out Ball Wash from the Ballsy Company. Mention Radio Vegas in that coupon code. Get 15% off. You won't be disappointed. What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View. By the smell alone, you're gonna know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention radiovegas.rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Homies, droplets, squeaky wheels. The Rockin' Comedy Show is the OG. So check out this commercial for it because you're going to want to check out the show. It's really good. Trust me.
The Rockin' Comedy Show with Crazy J.
Our special guest here, the one and only, Bobby Slayton.
You know, just listening to the opening, I just forgot how stupid the show was. I knew it was stupid, but I just forgot how stupid.
We're here to remind you.
Yeah, I know. I've been reminded. Thank you.
The Rockin' Comedy Show.
Oh my gosh, the Devil's Onion Ring is the episode to look up when you bust into the rockandcomedyshow.com and check out some past episodes. That one has got the most was words for, was
For the
man.
butthole.
Yeah, exactly. It's trying to be delicate
Just come
about
right
it.
out and say a butthole.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of which, it's Greasy Conversation on radiovegas.rocks.
Speaking of greasy buttholes,
Yeah. Is there any other kinds?
Remember those Olean chips?
Oh, dear. I think about that every
No.
once in a while.
You
It wa-
remember those?
Lay's.
There's Olean. These chips had Olean.
No,
and
it was Olestra was what it was called.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's
And
right.
I think Olean was a type of.
It was a
like
type
one of
of
the brands.
Olestra,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think Lay's was like the most popular.
It was chips. I'm confused.
Yeah,
Potato chips, but it was made with the stuff. It was like a kind of like vegetable oil,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it was called Olestra.
Oh, okay.
but your body wouldn't absorb it.
I
So if you
remember that.
ate a lot of them, then you
I
would
just didn't know there were like chips made with it that were known. That's all.
Oh, for sure, for
Yeah,
a
it was
while.
yeah, it was a thing when it became
And-
popular, and they were like, everyone's having greasy shits.
Yeah, well, it would leak out. The grease would just leak
Yeah.
out during your day.
Wow.
Yeah. It was not that didn't. I mean, it lasted longer than it should have. That's for sure.
It was a product for a while, in spite of this.
Well,
I
and
kind
thi-
of
and-
remember this. Was this in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, and think like they must have known before they released it too. Like they had to have. You know, and
For
all and all
sure.
like the
Oh yeah, you're making shit. You're gonna eat it.
They just
Somebody
like,
is.
oh, you're exceeding the serving size. Well, you're making it yummy. I've got to eat a
right
bunch of it.
those chip serving sizes are not true. There was this chick, she did one where she actually ate according to the recommended serving size and like all her food, and she would just record it, and she's like, look at this, look how ridiculous this is, her small portion sizes. But yeah, they aren't real. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, you'd like barely get any.
yeah, all right. So the search for aliens, we'll come to a UFO later, but you know, that question, are aliens out there? And if they are, why haven't we met any yet? This physicist, Brian Cox, who's kind of popular, he's like one of the mainstream physicists and writes a few books that are well known. But he answers the question and says that maybe that civilizations just don't ever get to that point where they travel like to other planets.
We might be the first.
Yeah. Or colonize other planets, not just like travel
Yeah.
in space. But like it's always like political turmoil that eventually causes too much strife for a species before they can like reach the point where they start deciding like to colonize.
That frustrates me, and I call bullshit, because if we look at what species do on this own planet, we see nothing but a reoccurring pattern of you get an apex species, right? So you get things like wolves or big cats that become the number one predator in an area. And they just become more and more docile and peaceful when they become number one, to the point where these two species started befriending the other apex species on this planet. And now we have house cats and dogs that we've discovered since we were kids, and it was taught to us wrong that people domesticated these animals. Actually, these animals chose to...
Yeah, domesticated themselves.
Yeah, they on their own invented a form of friendship. So when you become apex species, the inclination is eventually, after breaking off from other ones that still war with man and still eat people, splinter off and make friends with us. We could have the same experience with other civilizations, that as long as we get past basically a Cold War equivalent, or a species far away does, if they don't blow themselves up, it seems like there's a point of no return, where it doesn't seem like we're as likely to blow ourselves up now as we were before. And there's only been more and more peace in the world, even though there's still war going on.
Yeah.
And there's going to be setbacks for sure, but we're on a path now. And the other things that could be on a path are so far away from us that it's just hard to believe, even across our own galaxy, let alone how far away other galaxies are.
Yeah,
Even if
sure.
there's like a 99.9% chance of other life just like us ready to fly over here. It's just so long that it'll take
forever. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I can kind of.
But there's other dimensions too, so things can go. 2 dimensions could be close to each other. Just like something could be next to something on a table, but be far away from it on another dimension. So if you can get past that, that's a thing.
If you could visit like an alternate universe that had one thing different, what kind of universe do you think you'd want to visit, man?
Oh, this is a fun
You
question.
too, Ange. If you pop anything.
Yeah, so I'd want a universe in which orange juice and water were just switched around. Like those two things were opposite. Everything else was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you can only change one thing, so you have to choose carefully.
That's my call.
I think I would always have, like, no matter what, anytime you ordered a drink, it's always the exact temperature you want it at.
Like,
just subconsciously, like it's an adaptation where as soon as you touch a glass with a drink, your body can chill that drink.
well, what if it's just your perception that whatever liquid temperatures they're already at, you just
Or
love
that.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
It just always seems the right coldness. Yeah.
Just
If
to be
it's a
able
cold
to
drink.
love stuff that sucks.
I
would
feel
be
like
a
I have
cool-
to pick something in the orange juice realm now.
Why did we go all beverages?
I
don't
wish
know.
that I had a yard full of orange trees. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then you guys could juice them and all that. We live happily ever after.
You could have a whole parallel universe. You could do that with this universe. I wouldn't waste my parallel universe on something I could get here. I could replace all my water with orange juice here.
So you couldn't get orange juice? Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think we're wasting this because I could make mine. You could make yours. I could replace all the water
just trying
in
to
my
be a
life with
team
orange
player.
juice. And I'm just trying to cut down your idea and belittle it.
I'm not a fan of orange juice. There's a lot of sugar in it.
No,
Yeah.
it's true. I like that you'll give us something to juice, though. I appreciate. It's very sharing. That's very kind to our
Yeah.
dreams. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll provide you
Or I
ocean.
might throw them at you, depending on how they're needed.
But in this universe, like, you juice the actual trees.
All right.
That's
Okay.
that's where the orange juice comes from. Yeah.
Can we just fly? Okay, I declare flying universe. I get to fly. Everyone gets to
can
fly. Just their
Okay.
bodies, you just levitate all the time.
Yeah, like
We have
can you,
anti-gravity
like,
blood.
fly like Superman, or you just like float like a couple feet off the ground?
You
Whichever.
can't go faster than like 65.
Ever?
Yeah, you can fly, but if you fly faster than like 50,
There's
you
not
get
like
really
a zone
tired.
for that, like where you can go faster.
It's just that's the art of like a limitation. Like your molecules, they can be anti-gravity, but if you go over 55, it's just really tiring. So some champion athletes can go like 70.
Are there helmet laws for
You-
flying around without helmet?
Depends on the state. States' rights are still a thing in this universe. And like whether you can share a lane. Yeah. In California, you can share a lane with an automobile when you're flying,
Yeah,
but you can't in Nevada. That's a ticket.
be weird like flying over someone's car. It's like you can't fly within 10 feet of someone's car.
Yeah, that would be a rule for sure.
Oh man, I can kind of dig that universe.
That'd be cool. I'd like to fly over like treetops and stuff. I love the woods, so
Yeah,
it'd be
that
fun.
would be nice.
You can't fly higher than you can breathe, which is
Aerial
still,
views all the time.
yeah, you'd be like a drone.
So you have to like breathe out to like go higher.
Everyone's flying backwards and blowing.
Yeah, that would be so great.
Yeah, and you could just waft if you're
Sounds
just
really hard.
you just
Right.
don't interact with the Higgs field. You're like Higgs proof.
Yeah.
So just float around, but you still can push off of the air.
Do you have to like put your arms out in front of you?
No, because you got to paddle.
Yeah. Oh, you have to like air swim.
Yeah, so you only get up to like 60 if you.
I think just a hover would be good. Like you could just stand as if you're on a hoverboard.
That's
like,
all
that's
I'd
a
wanna
good,
do.
A good pace and approach.
Yeah.
Invisible lounge chair. it.
No arms or nothing needed. You know.
I like what's the worst method of like having to like an extra condition on like you're able to fly but you have to do this one thing to fly. I'm constantly doing somersaults.
Well, you have to squeeze your Kegel. You Kegel to fly. So the harder you Kegel it,
Visual.
How
Yeah.
fast you can go.
so people are just like wincing and
Yeah.
flying.
He's training. Oh man.
That's
Great day to fly, huh, neighbor?
yeah.
Dude, that paints quite a picture.
Imagine this being the way that you discover what a Kegel muscle is like that joke.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what's nice about this show is I feel like it's not such a broad audience that I have to explain everything like that. But
Oh, yeah,
squeaky
totally.
wheels understand.
That's right.
Cherish yourselves, you guys, and you folks of both genders, all you genders of folks. Cherish yourselves alone in the evening, in the dark, when you feel like no one really understands you. We do. When you feel like your family just doesn't understand what you're doing, when you're
You should get the
spending-
next You should get the next article out.
Yeah. That's- I was trying to cult it
All right.
up. I'm still practicing my cult speeches.
All right. First sound on Mars.
Finally.
First sound ever captured on Mars. And it's just a Martian wind. blowing
Okay,
in.
great, because I completely forgot to put it on that computer to show everybody.
Did you
So
say
we'll
it's
just describe it.
a Martian wind? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So they call it light wind blowing on Mars. So,
So
it's
like
not
redder?
Martian wind. Yeah, which is also a great psychedelic band from the 70s.
Right.
It was just blowing at 10 to 15 miles an hour.
It sounds like this.
Does it? I didn't actually listen to it yet.
Hear the distant
That's not
horns?
it.
No.
Wait, I think I can play
There's
it.
horns in the distance.
I can play it. I just don't know how loud it's going to be. Should I go
Close
for it?
enough.
Do it. Play
Yeah.
that. Play it. Play it. Mars sound. Party time. Yeah, why is there like horns and beeps and synth and people clapping?
I'm trying to.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. It's been pitched up 2 octaves.
Whoa.
All right.
It's kind of more
Pretty-
thunderous than I expected.
Pretty ASMR-ish. I'm
Yeah.
digging it.
Makes me hungry.
I've been hungry all day. Cannot stop eating today.
Dang it, we're gonna eat so
It's
much
one
on
of those-
Mars.
One of those hunger days. Oh man, I know.
I'm gonna start with mac and cheese there. I think.
Martian. What's the first crop going to be grown on Mars? Or what's the first meal prepared on Mars? Is like the celebratory. We made it.
I think we've established that already.
I think someone's gonna tear
Yeah.
up some ice cream. I
Mac
think
and
someone's
cheese,
gonna,
ice cream.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
I think so. That's my vote. So we're putting bets on this. Holler in any of the comments to put your vote in on what you think people are gonna eat on Mars. You get a prize if you get the meal right that people eat on Mars first. Then
You get a prize once it's confirmed.
yeah, we'll determine the prize at that point. So
Yeah.
that's part of the surprise prize.
All right. Science article. Science time. This one's
Science time.
pretty interesting.
Wait, science time. There
But
we
it's
go.
about the idea that your subconscious shapes your reality. So it's kind of like a feedback loop, basically, where your perception like feeds into your mind and then creates, or you with your, conscious mind create these biases, and some of them are subconscious, just on like your experience in the world, and that in turn shapes like how you perceive the world. So it's this weird feedback loop that. It's kind of crazy to think about, though, that like it literally alters your perception, so that we might not be all observing a lot of the similar things, or we're not like interpreting the same things the same way.
Well,
which is-
I also think that's part of the fact that we're built to be in communities. When a human is in isolation, they almost exclusively get crazy. It's a very rare, special kind of person that can go a long period in isolation without going crazy in a way that they find super unpleasant and is difficult to like recover from.
Yeah.
We need to compare stuff with other people because we don't perceive everything entirely fully without bouncing stuff off of people.
Yeah, and there's like it also seems like there's we kind of just have to like trust that most of the stuff we see is like all the same, and that there's like a reality, that we're all a part of, and we're just like perceiving it differently, and we just have to trust like that we know what the fuck everyone else is talking about. It's such a weird thing, man.
Yeah, it's why paranoia can sneak in people that don't think that they're prone to excuse me, any kind of particular mental illness. They can start thinking stuff is like planted for them, or things are conspiring. It's weasels in. It's why people are so susceptible to cults too. Anyone
Yeah.
can be in a place where they're weak in life, had a couple deaths in the family, or lost their job, confusion about where they're going in life. These yearning, confusing spots are a perfect time to utterly devote yourself to something like greasy conversation and spreading our message and letting people know who's really there for them, who's really going to support them, like no other person in your life can, with the same meaning. Only when you're wearing our merch, though, it's magical like that. Those are the secret footsteps of surprise.
All right.
Knowledge.
This is also kind of interesting, kind of sciencey. I mean, it is science, but
Yeah, science time.
plants have been found to emit sounds that are too high for human ears when they're stressed out or being attacked or eaten.
Holy crap, I didn't know this.
Yeah, they've done some studies, and they send out like ultrasonic clicks, I guess is how they're described, when they're threatened. So certain kind of plants, I don't know if all plants, I don't think they've studied literally all plants, but quite a few do.
Can anything else living hear it?
I don't know.
That's a good question, because it's known that a lot of animals, like cats, for example, hear a lot higher frequencies than we can pick up.
Yeah.
Bugs do, rats do. So they might be hearing plant drama going on. Like, oh, plants are like, oh, I'm getting cracked and rustled by this predator. They might hear that more than just the rustling. or in addition to it. Not only that, but it goes in reverse. There have been plants that were exposed to a speaker playing the sound of water, and they grew towards the sound of the water with no other evidence of water being in that direction.
Oh, wow.
Like they heard that water sound. And we have another article in the news this particular week that's a hot headline about coral. And got to give you credit for finding this one. Coral is being healed by underwater speakers now. There's underwater speakers that are helping the coral reefs do their thing.
Yeah, which is really interesting. I wonder...
It's like having a boombox at a construction site, or what surgeons do now, but it's coral.
This is it's the coral, they're just playing sounds of other healthy coral reef ecosystems, which is pretty gnarly.
I want this sound gig. This is the niche audio producer gig I've been looking for.
Man, that's just crazy to me. Like,
right? We're
how
healing
powerful
plants
that
with
is.
sound.
Like how powerful that the sound is of just, man.
Well, the fact that there's things in animals that well, not animals, but plants. Well, I guess coral's an animal. There's these entities on this planet that are communicating in ways that we didn't realize and have like emotional needs or can be inspired to heal in ways that we thought, oh, it's weird how laughter makes people heal better. But there's things, analogs to that going on where like music, patterns of ideas just in sound. It's kind of like the patterns that we see in like decorations and what's the word I'm looking for? Aesthetics.
Yeah.
How tangibly significant that can be just outside the realm of like, oh, people just like that. So that just makes them happy. That's more complex than that. There's an appreciation of sacred geometry and sounds and patterns
That's
that
like a
connect
subconscious
something.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel connected to something bigger than yourself and possibly does for these tiny entities too. Make them feel maybe inspired.
Yeah. It's just, that's kind of, this coral thing's actually kind of blowing my mind.
How can you like hear healthy coral sounds and then be healthier coral?
Yeah.
It's like hanging out with fit people and then eating better.
Just like that. Just the sound waves of like that environment. Like the sound waves are enough to alter a...
Or is it giving them information? Like if that's what healthy coral sounds like, what do I do to myself to make that kind of sound? Is it literally inspiration like that with actual data? Like they're actually learning from the sounds of this other coral or supported by it.
Sensory triggering or something.
Yeah.
It's really trippy. Like I wonder what sounds like humans could listen to. Like are there sounds humans could listen to that would just like help you get over a cold?
Well, there certainly is sounds that humans listen to make it through things like go to the gym or
like alter mental states for sure.
Alter mental states in tons of ways and enhance focus.
Well, how could it be easier?
Well, surgeons listen to music to help their focus, and we're not entirely sure of the mechanism of that. But for humans, it's music. Maybe this healthy coral sounds, maybe there's music in it that we don't understand.
Yeah, or just the information. Like I'm wondering, is there like a sound or combination of sounds that humans could listen to that would like affect your body, your physical body in a very noticeable way, like healing or, you know.
Or can only the coral do it and we're not capable.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's also what used to be called in like the early internet days as moan tones. Before it was easy to download video, people would just get sounds of women getting off. And
oh, okay.
That was a thing.
I just thought of Letterkenny.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
The porn episode.
Letterkenny. If you haven't seen that show yet, binge the whole thing. It's fucking great.
Media recommendation. What is it on Netflix or Hulu?
Hulu.
That's a Hulu.
It's becoming really popular. Like I like that I'm running into a lot of people that have seen Letterkenny.
Oh, yeah, totally. It just is so fucking quotable, that show, man. So many good moments, but all right.
We got another fresh one brewing. Let me introduce it. That's the vault of learning.
Yeah, this is just this last quick one before our last instance. Another recall of romaine lettuce. Which it seems to get like recalled like every 6 to 8 months. It seems like there's a romaine lettuce recall, and it keeps.
I heard it's hard to wash.
E. coli breakouts.
No one knows how to wash lettuce good enough, apparently. That'll save society. I want the parallel world where the lettuce is safe.
But the water is absorbed by the plant, so it's inside.
It could be that hopeless, trying to get the E.
And there's
coli
probably
out
some
of
other
these
shit on
plants.
the outside of it.
Yeah, so it's like, how do we get the E. coli out of these fellas?
Yeah, I don't, and it just seems like there's no one really knows why. Or like how it keeps happening.
I never eat romaine intentionally. I haven't in years since all that started.
Yeah.
So there's other lettuces that are way safer. I know spinach at our house a lot. Spinach doesn't do the same thing, apparently.
I mean,
what is it about the romaine?
Like, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about other lettuces. So
yeah, I haven't either.
Haven't looked into it either.
All the other ones have better PR. That's what it is.
There you go.
All lettuce has E. coli.
Oh man.
Like the butter lettuce company started that rumor or whatever. There's really
right.
no.
Oh man, what if like public health? What if it's worse than a rumor? The other lettuce company actually has been infecting the romaine with E. coli, dude. Yeah, that's some like dark fucking espionage right there, like corporate espionage style. What if they're time travelers from the future who are doing it? That's the bigger question.
What if it's time travelers from the past, which means people that have just been sitting around not getting anyone's attention, and now they're here in the present?
Dude, yeah, what if someone like invented a time machine like 30 years ago and they'd just been sleeping on it?
Literally.
Like
traveling to the future due to sleeping on it.
No, that'd be an interesting like, because then you couldn't pinpoint like the actual origin of time travel. You'd think that someone traveled from like 30 years after it was created, and then they go back to look for the original time travel device to stop it. You never could.
Wow.
You know? Oh man, I don't know.
The first tech is always gigantic. So the first time we see anything for time travel, it's going to be like the size of a house. And then it's going to get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But at first, and it's just going to kill every other person that does it. People still do it anyway.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
Oh man. Or what if it like works, but you might come back as your evil twin?
It's like taking a ship across the ocean. It used to be like, well, be gone for a month and a half, and half of us will die, but half of us will make it there.
Oh, like yeah, back in the day, man.
To go that far out, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I'd be interested, but probably wouldn't do it.
If you could do space, you could do that.
Yeah.
No, I think the water's like, I think the ocean's like out in the middle of nowhere is more terrifying than space, honestly. Yeah, because at least in like space, you just like die right away. Like if you go out in space, you're just like dead.
There's a lot of ways that you have a few minutes of torture first, though.
Yeah,
either burning alive or suffocating.
Yeah, if you're like like on the if there's a fire on the space station.
But you won't have a memory of it, unfortunately.
Suffocation's supposed to suck.
Yeah. That's why like drowning is like the one way
one of the least
never want to go.
Freezing to death, you just pass out basically. You just die in your
sleep.
Yeah,
you just get numb, and then you fall asleep really cold, and then
you just embrace it.
Just a little freezy.
Just a little freezy.
They recommend that sometimes for like euthanizing fish.
Wait,
oh yeah.
What?
Euthanizing pet fish.
Like
freezing them?
I don't do that. I think that sounds weird, but you can use clove oil and have a more opiate-like experience for them.
I never see a fish like suffer enough in advance to know. They just suddenly go usually.
Yeah.
But if you have a fish that's suffering, we got a hot tip for you there, you guys. You're welcome.
Do you want to pay more for a new...
Whoa, wait. Did you do that?
I
Are we
did.
going to ads? Oh my
My
gosh.
bad.
I thought it went crazy.
No.
No, that was a great time to go to an ad and I ruined it by freaking out. It's like, what's going on? Okay, credit repair.
Do you want to pay more for a new car or new home or less? Yeah! Do you want to pay higher interest rates on your credit cards or even to refinance student loan debt or less? Yeah! The secret to paying less on everything is a better credit score. Is your credit score less than 700? Do you even know? Well, now at the same time, you can learn exactly what your credit score is and learn how to make it better. And when you call our special credit repair hotline, you'll speak to an expert that will tell you simple steps to start improving your credit score. And the call and consultation are F-R-E-E. That's free. I'm telling you, the secret to paying less is a better better credit score, and you can fix it right now. So please make this free call and change your life.
877-857-1658. 877-857-1658. That's 877-857-1658.
Hey, Bobby, I feel like going out tonight, but I don't feel like going to the Strip. Any ideas?
I say we head over to the Golden Tiki over on Spring Mountain Road.
I've never been. What's so great about it?
Dude, they got some great, crazy drinks up there, man. And it's right in the heart of all the foot massage parlors, so if we can walk there, you know, we get a foot massage on the way back.
Or in case we strike out, right?
Man, you're not going to strike out. Dude, I get laid when I walk into the Golden Tiki.
Really? I'm in.
Come on down to the Golden Tiki, located at 3939 Spring Mountain Road, right in the heart of Chinatown. You're going to love it. This place is absolutely amazing. Come and check it out for yourself. 3939 Spring Mountain Road.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the radiovegas.rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our radiovegas.rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on radiovegas.rocks app.
App! Do it. App. So you're back. It's Greasy Conversation. We're back, but also you're back. And radiovegas.rocks is who to mention with these folks to keep the lights lit up. And we've got our last news chug to breeze through and to keep you up to date on the headlines for your water cooler experiences. To be cooler at the water cooler. We've got tons of gimmicky things to give you.
Or to be the water cooler.
Be the water cooler.
Yeah. Listening to the show will actually turn you into a water cooler.
That's
for
beautiful.
1 out of 100 people.
I'm feeling
This may
that.
suffer the side effect.
Yeah, I want to be a water cooler.
Who doesn't?
Right?
All right.
So behold, here's a grease piece for you.
All right, world's first funerary human composting site is going to open up in 2021. I'm all about this idea, man.
For sure.
I think the idea of like burying people in coffins is really silly. And yeah, this is like natural and good for old planet Earth.
I love how much this one got your attention. Like, oh, we're talking about burying dead bodies. Ang Kerfoot is here.
Like, I'm tired. Wait, dead what? Where did it happen at?
This is in Washington State. So far, that's the only state that has
it's beautiful.
Legalized this practice of like not needing to be buried in like a coffin. So you can do a natural burial. They kind of just wrap your body in a like some kind of cloth that's biodegradable and just plop you in a hole.
I want to know for sure that I became some plants rather than some stupid bugs pooping me.
Okay,
only.
but why do we need this setup for it? Why can't it be more open or like?
Well, this is just like
demo.
Yeah, well, this is like they're trying to turn it into a business, so they have to do all this added stuff. There's these little pods that are like look like honeycombs with little pods, and that's where they'll just bury people in so they can compost.
Yeah, so they can hype it for investors, and then people can come and visit the dead folks in this pretty atrium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needs birds though, right?
Yeah, it needs way more birds, man. Their bird game is
bird game week.
Dude, oh, if you scroll down to the bottom, I wonder if this is like the viewing. There's a picture of like the viewing area.
Oh.
Maybe where they did like a ceremony before they put them in the pod. It's very weird, kind of.
It is weird.
It looks pretty, but like the circular arrangement of the chairs, just around like, yeah, that seems. But I mean, funerals already are kind of weird anyway. So
this demo is so weird. I like it. Place. It's very art gallery-ish, honestly.
Yeah, it seems very like sleek.
I mean, there's only how many people can be there? Like thousands or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
I think it's scalable.
That's what I'm saying. Is it seems impractical.
Yeah, totally.
But that's what's.
But
cool
I mean,
about
if
it
everyone's
too,
like, if your body's just decomposing and then like composting, I don't know how long that process would take for a human body.
If it's tied in with the national parks in that area or the local parks, then you can have the cemetery area just keep moving over a block after the previous block grows a nice park. And just plan it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can just like transport the compost afterwards, and then you have a new empty bin. So it's like always rotating. It's not like a permanent
Does the
funeral
plant
spot.
Does the plant like us though? Does it like eating that?
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't see why not.
They choose only plants that love eating people, which will make them freakishly powerful and eventually take us over.
Yeah, totally. But I'm all for this or that. There's a few different variations. You can like you can be cremated and have your ashes put into this little pod that helps like grow a tree, so it helps fertilize a tree. Or you can have your ashes used to help rebuild coral.
Wait, there's a major part of this I wasn't understanding. You get cremated first?
Yeah. Not this one. Not this one. I'm talking about different.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to be super disappointed.
Other alternatives for instead of like a traditional funeral. There are other alternatives.
Yeah, I want to be plants, not just be on fire first. But I'll settle for whatever I get. It's not ultimately not my choice.
Even at this demo we were looking at, those were ashes, right? That's what we were looking at.
No, in the pod.
It was like soil.
In the pod, it looks like it's like a composting mix.
Okay.
So that's probably like wood chips right there.
Yeah, it looks like under the
break
swing
down
set.
because it starts breaking down, and then if you scroll down, you can see one of these open pods.
Yeah,
and
that
it's
was
just
the
laid
one.
with like wood chips. It looks like, but there's probably soil under there. So
they bury the body whole in this thing.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah,
I'm a little big for this pod. I think I need a little bit bigger pod than what I'm seeing right here. I don't think I'd have a toe sticking out or something. We got to rethink this.
Yeah, it just like breaks down your body and you turn it into compost, and then they can use that soil to feed plants.
If the little plant
is
sprouts,
it instant or no?
No. It's a process. It's just like regular decomposition. So however long that takes. But the soil, like a composting mix that's made to break down organic matter like that, it does go a little faster, but it probably takes a bit of time.
There's going to be hidden murders tucked into this. There's definitely going to be some some hits put out. Some mafia folks are going to be disappearing in some of these pods for sure.
Oh, they're like a body just shows up in the pod?
Yeah, like, oh, that pod has a body already. Oops, I must have miscounted.
Or like the mafia gets their own pods.
Oh, private pods.
Yeah, man.
You don't know which ones are filled with who.
Murder pods.
Murder pods. Wait, which was the one? This one. Murder pods.
That would be, man, imagine like that was a way to get murdered is you just get like locked in one of those pods, but you're still alive.
Oh.
And then so you have to like starve to death first, and then you decompose.
Bamboo grows and pokes through you and grows through you.
Oh man,
and
is
stuff.
that like an actual thing?
It's a thing, but it doesn't really
been
grow
talked
fast
about.
enough.
Yeah.
Mythbusters did a thing on it.
Really? Doesn't it? I mean, you can supposedly watch it grow. It grows enough each day that like you can notice.
Are you talking about like that old torture?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that, but I'm like, I'm sure someone did it back in the day. Those bamboo torturists.
Crazy.
I think someone changed my echo. Hold on, I need to test something really quick in front of everybody. It's scientific. Okay, ready? Okay, that was the one. I just wanted to make sure.
It's a little disturbing.
Someone changed the echo. Just making sure. I wanted to make sure it was more disturbing that time than earlier. It was too short of an echo.
It's like that bird call thing that you do. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
That's me cheering for people. No, that's just how I show support in a show. It's just an ordinary cheer. It's just very short.
I remember now.
Please don't. It's been a long weekend. I'm hungover.
I'm not, but it's hard.
I am in my heart.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Right.
It's a similar noise to what you heard. It's just cheering, you guys. It's just celebrating its performer.
All right. This is
They like it.
Scientists are using lasers to analyze handwriting to evaluate mental states, if such a thing is possible.
First of all, why are lasers necessary to evaluate handwriting? Second of all, handwriting to evaluate mental states is kind of an iffy practice.
Seems like a pseudoscience, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people with crazy handwriting that they just write that way. And like your physical, like motor skills don't often relate to your mental acuity. But maybe state, maybe if we're just talking about emotional state, if you have a control, if you have like a normal emotional state version of the handwriting, okay, I'm thinking plausibly. But where the hell are the lasers involved?
It's to analyze.
Getting all mad.
Yeah, it's just to analyze like micro movements.
Okay.
And they're like looking into that to see if that can tell you anything about someone's mental state or forensic analysis. But
published in the journal Laser Physics Letters. This is just like people. These people are really into lasers.
Yeah. I know, and it's like it's. I mean, it's interesting to think about, but like whether people can actually do that.
When you use lasers to predict the future.
I'm like I was reading this book just because I have it. I don't know where I got it from, but I'm like rereading every book I have, and it's called How to Read People, right? And the more amazing thing about the book, it's written by this woman who like helps with jury selections. And like what I didn't know is that they actually screen jurors and they look for certain types of people to be on the jury that might look at it favorably or unfavorably. You know, one side more favorably than the other, which I didn't know they did. I thought they went for like unbiased, but the whole thing is just like, oh, when someone does this or appears like this, that could mean this, but it could also mean this, and that's like everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the same thing could be with handwriting where it's like, oh, if you write like this, it could mean you're, you know, a psychopath or that you were also in a hurry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, which one? I guess we'll never know.
I always feel like both when I'm looking at that. When I'm looking at my own, my handwriting's crazy.
Oh, yeah, mine too. My handwriting is very...
Yeah, I don't do a lot of writing, so it's like...
Nah, it's been ages.
I'll type it to you every time. I have a printer, you guys. Look out. I don't write things. Anyway, it's tragic when I do. I have to take so long, then my hand hurts. I love your hand hurts when you try to write anything anymore.
Where you hold the pen too tight.
Yeah, just holding the pen. Yeah, it's all awkward. Like, to get calluses again.
I used to when I like wrote by hand a lot, and then I read this thing where it said if you hold a pen in the other hand in the same way that you would write, it's supposed to like trick your brain so that your brain releases pressure off your writing hand.
No
And
way.
so I tried to do that for a while. I didn't really notice anything, but I guess it was like a placebo. I guess for a placebo effect, it's good enough, you know.
I had one of those months where I'm like, I'm gonna write with just my left hand for a month, and it'll like heal me. It'll make me understand both halves of my thinking and like reconcile within my brain.
Yeah.
It did none of that.
Yeah.
It just was lame.
I've gone through a few bouts in my life where I'm like, I'm going to teach myself how to write with my left hand. Because I knew there's this girl I went to high school with. She could write with both hands at the same time. And do one like, she could either write them like both going the same direction or like mirrored from each other.
Wow.
Which was always like amazing to me. She was just out there.
Whatever it takes
artist.
to do that, it definitely takes more than a month.
Yeah. That's something you just have to be like, I'm just going to do this all the time.
I did it a bunch too, and it hurt. It was like as much as I could force myself to do.
Yeah.
And I made not significant progress.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. It's tough. And it's not worth it. You're like, why did I want to do this again? Oh, just on a whim because my brain does that.
Oh, I thought it
makes
would
whims
be,
all the time.
I thought it would be like the cure to anxiety.
Yeah.
I like had it on such a pedestal.
Yeah. This will fix everything.
Yeah, that's what I was so devoted to it.
Like once I write with my left hand, everything's smooth sailing.
I honestly thought if I could write really well with my left hand, then all my inner conflict would disappear. And there'd be only like peace within my brain.
That's hilarious, man.
No one told me this. I just was sure of it. Womp womp.
It's hilarious. All right. And once again...
Dang, there's some good stuff in here to try to choose from.
Yeah. Once again, a near miss as a giant asteroid skims by Earth.
Again.
Right. Again. This happened. This has been happening a lot, man.
And we're like, why do we need to get off the planet? Look at this. These fellas out there.
Dude, this asteroid is one of 5 due to fly past Earth over the weekend. All at safe distances.
Okay. This time.
So, but like what's a safe distance? You know, that's what I really want to know. Like,
right?
Is it? Because some of them
Can we get closer? Can we go closer to it?
Some of them are like closer than the moon is to Earth.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Like big ones that. Yeah.
Although it's weird how far away the moon is.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
Not only is it 8 light seconds away, but there's something like if the Earth was the size of a tennis ball, the moon would be like
a pea,
like on the other side of a house.
Yeah, something.
No,
like
it'd be bigger than a pea because it's a sixth the size, but it would be
it's
far
a really
away.
It's a really large mutant pea. All right. Get off my analogy back.
So, sliding, slicey.
You know, has there been? And you would think that like now, there'd be more movies. Like it would be a bigger scare thing, right? I mean, from the golden age of meteorite or asteroid destroy.
Yeah.
A city movie. You know, we haven't had one of those. Did we like have the heyday of that with Deep Impact and Armageddon? Was that it? That's all we got?
It had its time, and it's not something for movies anymore. We need a sitcom about it now. That's how we'll get everyone concerned again.
That's actually a really great idea. For
single camera sitcom too, like faux reality show status.
Dude,
with like office characters at NASA and stuff.
I actually really like that premise. I think it would be hilarious. Like end of days, like the last like year or something before.
But everyone thinks they can destroy it, so the people are trying to destroy it. But like, there's the stress of saving the world, but also the comic relief as they're trying to be the good old boys or whatever. And then like, oh, this woman can't drive a truck, and just all these stupid stereotypes and tropes.
Like none of that changed.
Yeah.
No, I think it would be really funny to have like a sitcom with that premise. So there's like this, you know, inevitability, but no one acts like it. Like it's just like normal sitcom shit, just with like asteroid jokes thrown in.
Totally, like everyone's making fun of the black guy who's gonna go into space because like he's too tall for a spacesuit or something silly like that. I just like have all these silly things.
Yeah,
like all that you'd find in any sitcom.
Yeah, just oh man, it would be. I would watch that actually all day.
Yeah, that'll get us excited about saving the Earth from rock.
I'd quit my job to watch that.
Because we need to stay afraid, whatever it does to keep us terrified.
Yeah, we should be afraid.
Because we can't do anything about it, so we have to just wake up in terror. That's the only option.
Yeah, totally.
Real talk though, like if your government wants to spend money on space, like spend the dang money because we want to exist as a species after we individually die. It's the only form of immortality that we're aware of is the species continuing.
I'm trying to get my consciousness transferred into a box or something.
But what if the box gets hit by an asteroid? That's all we need, right? It's
multiple boxes
there
everywhere.
We go. Multiple boxes on multiple stellar
one at the bottom
entities.
Of the ocean.
Yeah.
One, you know, just hook it up to like a shark.
One floating on the surface of Venus.
Yeah, man. Just put them everywhere.
Because sharks die too, so it has to be another shark that's died and had its consciousness put in a box that like protects your consciousness.
Just consciousnesses all the way down.
I love this.
Just like layered consciousnesses.
Yeah, help us out with this, you guys. You have to buy the merch and tell everyone about Greasy Conversation and spread the message. And it's really the only hope of seeking fulfillment in your life in a meaningful and lasting way.
Yeah, man. And then
we're all there is left.
That's what we're trying. That's what this whole thing is. We're just trying to like transfer our consciousness into the unsuspecting.
It literally
listeners.
Is.
Yeah.
This is like I'm hoping some AI can just make another me that can bop around and eat virtual macaroni and cheese for pretends and never get full by just assimilating my personality from this broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, mac and cheese though.
Virtual mac and cheese too.
That's like limitless. There's no full of virtual mac and cheese. When I was a kid, I tried to make this thing that I would make little inventions, and I took like a 9-volt battery clip and a potentiometer and another battery, and you could like adjust how much voltage was like at the clip, but not more than 9 volts. It was just hooked to another 9-volt battery. So I would tell people to put it in their mouth, and I would like dial in the flavor. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to make an electronic virtual flavor thing.
That's funny.
And imagine the gross kids that put this shit in their mouth.
Yeah.
Back and forth, just have me zap them in the tongue.
And it just is like that weird copper taste.
Yeah.
And it tingles a little bit. Man.
Or just dial it in.
So that got the virtual macaroni got like me thinking. So when we have like true VR where it's a really immersive experience, like there's going to be some people that just go in there and they just choose something like asinine and nonsense. They're just like, I'm just going to eat mac and cheese for a year in this virtual game. Like that's all I'm going to do. Like with just There's gonna be people that just go in and do stupid shit. Like, I'm gonna dig a hole to China.
For
Like,
sure.
In a virtual world. It just seems like a funny concept, man.
Let's push on the walls. Let's rattle the cage. Everybody do something revolutionary, like eat nothing but mac and cheese, like some kind of future dictator.
I just like a funny concept. We're like, you go to a world that's limitless and you can do anything but you choose to do eat mac and cheese forever.
Replace all the water with orange juice.
There's just always that one guy in the game everywhere is just eating mac and cheese. But then it would like spread. You know, something like that in a game like that would definitely spread and it'd be a trend. So then you just have like people everywhere just eating mac and cheese.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't be cool anymore.
And then it'd just be like Mac and Cheese Planet.
It's just like we didn't realize we would have such a great tie-in sponsorship with Kraft when we invented this game platform.
Right.
But it turns out.
Yeah. People just wanted a mac and cheese eating simulator the whole time.
That's what we all really wanted.
Virtual mac and cheese simulator.
Oh, this is rough. I gotta eat it now.
Dude,
So-
but then you know there are people that would want to be in VR to be the mac and cheese being eaten.
Whoa. Okay, that's hot. I dig it.
Right, there's some fetishes out there like
Being food. Ooh, imagine being chewed up though. It doesn't sound that fun actually.
that. I'm sure some people find it to be quite lovely.
Some light chewing.
Yeah.
Just
some light sensual chewing.
Just a touch of chewing, folks. Okay, so we have one final. We've got like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
For our last tiny sip of news.
Smart toilets may be able to assess your health through your pee.
Yeah. Speaking of that gold toilet getting stolen, it's not worth as much as these ones we're going to have where you're going to pee in the toilet and it's going to judge you.
Yeah, it just analyze and then it can send your urinary information to the health facility that analyzes it.
Yeah, I can tell when your kidney's going south.
Yeah, it can actually give quite a bit of information on you and your general health, but
it's helpful. This person's checking their watch to see what the deal is with their piss.
yeah, man, you're gonna be like pissing on the toilet and then like looking at the smartwatch at the same time.
It's gonna be a look. It's gonna be the future. Is you look at your watch out in the open, people will giggle like they'll think you're peeing.
Or like someone just comes back from the bathroom and they're all down, like, "What's up? What's up with you, man?" Like, "Oh, I just found out I had cancer."
I got some bad news in the bathroom, guys. That last loaf had
the
some
toilet hates me.
bad data. I need to get a second opinion, but that toilet didn't look good.
Will it be branded? Would it be like Dr. Toilet?
Toilet RX.
Dude. Oh man, I really want a Dr. Toilet now.
Man, that's a beautiful place to let things go.
Yeah.
And say good. Oh no, it's usually this one. Yeah. Oh, that's that soothing taking off.
Yeah.
This is actually from our first album, from Greasy the Conversation.
Is it?
Greasy Conversation, the band. These songs are from the first album of it. If you didn't already know. Anyhow, thanks to everyone that popped in and hollered.
Yeah.
We need you. We need you to stay squeaky, stay thirsty. Our little droplets, get the grease. Our little droplets, be our little droplets. We love you so much. Come on, be the fan. It's so fun.
You would give the food its flavor.
Yeah, we appreciate you, and share that appreciation with the world. And I'll see you next week. But then next week is the season finale. That's the thing.
Oh.
Next week is season finale, and then we're gone for the holiday season.
No, we got 2 more. This is 25, right?
There's one more episode, and then the final 2 weeks of the month, the 22nd, the 29th, were dark. So we've only got the 15th left. Season finale. Oh, you're saying that's
Episode
not
27.
It's going to be, yeah, the season finale is going to be January 5th.
So this is like the finale.
Yeah.
Finale.
It's going to be the year finale.
Gotcha.
You know what's up.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
know what you're saying. I got
Get
you.
out here, guys. Now you're safe to go home. Tell your kids we said hi.